Shoot, scores! Max Seabold, another for Cornell. Another score, it's largest lead of the afternoon for Cornell. 1 goal game, 1 minute left. Cornell a chance to run out the clock. Cornell is closing in on a national championship.
Excuse me. Check 1, 2. Yep, we've been recording.
Oh, nice. Good. Joined by Kenny Nims, SU lacrosse legend. Kenny, we're talking some 2009 back-to-back national championships. As an SU guy watching that, I have to tell you that I was never fully confident that things were going to end up the way they did, and one of the legendary games of all time when you guys beat Cornell in overtime. You guys are down by a goal in the fourth quarter. I thought it was a prime opportunity for you guys to tie the game. You're behind the cage. I think everyone thinks there it is, that's the tire. Miscommunication with you and Keo. Take us through that spot first.
Yeah, that was an odd play. I mean, Keo and I throughout that season, and we had such great chemistry all year long. He was kind of coming out of the crease, and I tried to hit it back to him, and you can tell in the video he kind of pulls his stick away. I don't know if he knew, he thought it was for somebody else or what. It definitely wasn't a great pass, but you can look at the tape and he kind of puts his hands up to me like, look, what's that? And I look right back at him like, why didn't you catch that? When that pass went out, I looked up at the clock and it's just like, man, I can't end the national championship game on a turnover. I was like, I got to get the ball back.
But you really thought that you could get the ball back?
Yeah, of course. We thought we could get it back and make a play. And
I didn't think you possibly could, because when they get the ball, I think Max Seabold is going to start with the ball. Max Seabold in 2009 was a unbelievable talent.
Seabold, shoot, scores! Max Seabold, another for Cornell.
In my mind, it's give the ball to Seabold, punt return it, get to space, and then throw the ball up.
We definitely thought Seabold was going to just, like you said, take it right up the gut and get the clear, and, obviously that didn't happen.
They start the ball with a defenseman, so what are you thinking at that time?
That's what we wanted. We wanted to have it in the stick of a long pole.
But you make the biggest play of the season. It's the strip that you have at that moment that kind of causes that chaos. What was the thing in your mind when you're on the field at that moment?
I think going into the game, I was the leading scorer in the NCAA.
Yeah.
And then coming out of the game, obviously I wasn't. But what was going through my mind was like, I just had the turnover possibly to end the game, and I have a donut on the board.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't end my last game like that. So at Syracuse, we do all kinds of broken situation plays.
Yeah, it's practice, man.
Yeah, we do that every single day. So when the ball was on the ground for us, that was just like, all right, we've done this a million times. Now let's make something happen.
That's the one thing at Cuse. You kind of expect the unexpected. And Coach Simmons used to randomly throw balls in different directions. Things weren't always scripted. So you get the strip. Joel White comes up with a play.
Someone else on their team picked it up very briefly, and I think Joel
for just a second.
Joel had a takeaway. I think Keo just scooped it up right off that play, and he made an incredible behind the back pass.
Yeah.
I think he was falling down and throwing it behind the back pass.
That takes some serious onions. But then the follow-up was the Abbott, Hail Mary.
I don't remember calling for it, but I know he saw me coming across the field, and I knew he just wanted to get his hands free and give it up to me. I thought he was going to pass a little bit sooner, but obviously he had 4 or 5 guys all over him.
Abbott throws the Hail Mary. That ball is in the air. What is going through your mind?
I thought time had run out for sure. That play seemed like it went on forever. I didn't know if we were even going to get a shot off. I was kind of thinking Abbott was going to shoot it, to be honest. He had pressure on him, so it was kind of it was kind of a lob pass almost. The Cornell kid in between, Lang, I think he expected it to be a faster pass. Kind of caught him off guard. If you can see, he tipped it. And then after that, it really just dropped right into my stick. And then after that, I was just worried about the crease, and I wanted to get it off before the clock was going out because I thought for sure it'd be over. And I guess there ended up being 4 seconds left after the goal.
So you score that tying goal. When you go into the huddle, what was the mindset of the team?
After that goal went in, I think every single person on our sideline knew we were going to win, just based on the fact that we had all the momentum. We came back on them. They were pretty devastated about that play. We knew after that goal went in that there's no way we were going to lose in overtime.
Hardy winds, thought about a shot, was hit, works in front, they score! Cody Jamison has won it! Cody Jamison wins it for Syracuse! It's over! The Orange wins the national championship!
If Cornell threw the ball up in the air as high as they could to the other end, and then forced you guys to clear the ball, the percentage chance of them not winning that game, so small. Almost every single thing that happened had to happen in that game for you guys to win. And that's what makes sports magical. And that's the reason why the game of lacrosse is so special too, because you can have those type of changing of momentum, right?
Exactly.
Kenny, my man, it's been real.
Yeah.
So you'll have your name in the history books, and more importantly, a legacy that will never go away in Cuse.
Hey, man, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Alrighty.